Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to this space we're creating together, a space of gentleness, reflection, and honest exploration. If you found your way here today, there's likely a reason. Perhaps you're feeling something that's hard to name. Maybe the path ahead, which once seemed so clear, now feels clouded. Or perhaps you're standing at a crossroads, and instead of the clarity you crave, you're met with fog, hesitation, and questions that seem to multiply rather than resolve. I want you to know something right now, before we go any further. What you're feeling is valid. The confusion, the uncertainty, the sense that you should know what to do next, but somehow don't. All of it is real and all of it matters. Today, we're going to explore something that many Sagittarius energies and anyone influenced by this adventurous, truth-seeking archetype struggle with deeply. Those moments when decision-making feels impossible, when your usual clarity abandons you, and when your inner compass seems to spin without landing on true north. But here's what I want you to understand from the very beginning. This isn't happening to you as some form of punishment or cosmic mistake. This fog you're experiencing, it might actually be serving you in ways you can't yet see. Let's breathe together for a moment. Wherever you are right now, whether you're lying in bed, sitting at your desk, walking outside, or curled up on your couch, just take one deep breath with me. Let's talk about who you are at your core, or at least the energy that moves through you. Sagittarius energy is often described as optimistic, adventurous, freedom-loving, and endlessly curious. And yes, all of that is true. But there's something deeper beneath those surface-level traits that doesn't get talked about enough. Sagittarius energy is fundamentally about the search for meaning. It's not just about physical adventure or travel, though that can be part of it. It's about the journey toward understanding, toward truth, toward wisdom, toward a life that means something beyond the mundane. When you carry this energy, you're not content with shallow answers. You can't simply follow the path others have laid out without questioning whether it's your path. You need to understand the why behind everything. You need your decisions to align with something bigger, something that resonates with your soul's purpose. And this is exactly why unclear moments hit you so hard. Think about it. When you usually make decisions, there's a feeling, isn't there? A sense of expansion, of rightness, of, yes, this is it. Even when a choice is difficult, when you're aligned with it, you feel that spark, that inner fire that says, this is a direction, let's go. But right now, that feeling might be absent, and its absence is disorienting in a way that goes beyond simple indecision. For other energies, uncertainty might feel frustrating or annoying. For you, it can feel like losing yourself. Because your clarity isn't just about making the right choice. It's about staying connected to your truth, your path, your purpose. So when that clarity vanishes, it's natural to feel anxious or restless, disconnected from yourself, impatient, and frustrated, like you're failing, somehow worried that you're wasting precious time, afraid that you've lost your way entirely. I want to pause here and acknowledge something important. If any of these feelings are present for you right now, they don't mean something is wrong with you. They mean you care deeply about living authentically. They mean your decisions matter to you. They mean you're not willing to settle for a life that feels hollow or misaligned. That's not a weakness. That's a profound strength, even when it doesn't feel like one. So, let's get into the heart of what might be happening. Why does clarity sometimes abandon us, especially when we need it most? I'm going to share several possibilities with you, not as absolute truths, but as potential mirrors for your own reflection. See which ones resonate. Sagittarius energy loves movement. Forward momentum feels like oxygen to you. But here's something that might be difficult to hear. Not all seasons are meant for action. Sometimes life asks us to pause, not because we've done something wrong, but because the next chapter requires something from us that we don't yet possess, a new perspective, a deeper understanding, a healed part of ourselves, or simply rest. When you can't see the path clearly, it might be because you're not meant to walk it yet. The fog isn't hiding your destination. It's protecting you from arriving before you're ready. I know that's hard. Your energy wants to charge forward, to figure out, to make it happen. But what if this moment of uncertainty is actually an invitation to develop patience, to trust the timing of your life, to practice being rather than constantly becoming? Here's another possibility. Maybe you can't decide because there truly isn't a single right answer. We're often taught that for every question, there's one correct response, one true path, one destined direction. But life is rarely that simple. Sometimes you stand before several doors, and none of them are wrong. Each leads somewhere meaningful. Each offers its own lessons, its own form of growth. The paralysis you feel might not be because you're missing some crucial piece of information. It might be because your soul knows that choosing one path means releasing others, and each path holds something valuable. In these moments, the decision isn't about finding the objectively best option. It's about choosing based on your values, your current season, and what your heart most needs right now. Understanding that different isn't wrong, it's just different. Sometimes we lose clarity because our old way of making decisions no longer serves us. Think back to previous choices you've made. Have you noticed patterns? Do you tend to choose based on excitement and impulse? On logic and analysis? On what others expect? On fear of missing out? On proving something to yourself or others? If your usual decision-making approach has led you somewhere you don't want to be, whether that's burnout, disconnection, or misalignment, then losing your normal clarity might actually be a gift. It's uncomfortable, yes, but it's also creating space for a new way of choosing, a more mature way, a more aligned way, a way that honors not just your desire for adventure and meaning, but also your need for sustainability, genuine joy, and deep fulfillment. This one requires real honesty, so take a gentle breath before we explore it. Sometimes we say we can't decide, but what we really mean is, I know what I want to do, but I'm terrified of what will happen if I do it. Maybe you know you need to leave something, a job, a relationship, a city, a version of yourself. But leaving feels enormous. It feels like loss, like risk, like stepping into the unknown without a safety net. Or maybe you know you need to move towards something, a dream, a commitment, a new way of living. But moving toward it means vulnerability. It means you might fail. It might not turn out the way you imagine. So instead of acknowledging the fear, we tell ourselves we just need more information, more time, more clarity. We wait for certainty that will never come because certainty doesn't exist in matters of the heart and soul. If this resonates even a little bit, please be kind to yourself. Fear isn't a character flaw. It's a very human response to change and uncertainty. The question isn't whether you feel afraid. The question is whether you're willing to act even while feeling afraid. In our hyperconnected world, we're constantly receiving input, opinions, advice, social media comparisons, news, expectations, shoulds from every direction. When you're naturally intuitive and open-minded, like Sagittarius energy tend to be, you can absorb all this input like a sponge. And eventually, you become so saturated with everyone else's perspectives that you can't hear your own anymore. The clarity you're seeking might actually be there, buried beneath layers of external noise. Your inner voice might be speaking, but it's being drowned out by the chorus of voices telling you what you should want, who you should be, what you should choose. Now I want to shift our perspective together. Instead of viewing this unclear season as an obstacle or a problem to solve, what if we approached it as a teacher? What if this fog, this confusion, this pause, what if it's here for you, not against you? Let's explore what might be trying to emerge through this experience. The teaching of surrender. For those who carry Sagittarius energy, there's often a deep need to be in control of the journey, not in a domineering way, but in the sense that you want to steer your own ship, choose your own adventures, direct your own life. And that's beautiful. That independence is part of your magic. But sometimes life asks us to practice a different kind of strength, the strength to surrender, to acknowledge that we don't always need to have the answers, to trust that the universe, life, the divine, whatever language feels right to you, might have a timing and a wisdom that exceeds our own. This doesn't mean becoming passive or giving up. Surrender isn't about abandoning your agency. It's about releasing the grip of needing to force clarity before it's ready to arrive. It's about saying, I don't know right now, and I'm going to be okay with not knowing. I'm going to keep showing up in my life, taking small aligned steps, being present, even without the big answers. That's profound spiritual maturity, and it can only be learned in seasons exactly like this one, the teaching of inner authority. When external clarity fails us, we're forced to turn inward in ways we might otherwise avoid. This unclear moment might be teaching you to develop a deeper trust in yourself, Not trust in your ability to figure everything out intellectually, but trust in your inherent wisdom. Trust in the part of you that knows things without knowing how you know them. This is a development of true inner authority, not relying on signs, external validation, or perfect conditions to make your choices, but learning to sit with uncertainty and still choose. Learning to act from your center, even when the outcome is unknown. This is mastery-level living, and it's built one uncertain moment at a time. The teaching of presence. Sagittarius energy is future-oriented by nature. You're always looking ahead toward the next adventure, the next level of growth, the next horizon. But when the future becomes unclear, you're gently, or sometimes not so gently, redirected to the present moment. And here's what I've noticed. The present moment is often where your actual life is happening. While you're focused on the next decision, the next phase, the next achievement, you might be missing the beauty, the lessons, the connections, the simple joys that exist right here, right now. This foggy period might be teaching you that you don't need to have your whole life figured out to live fully today. That meaning doesn't only exist in the big decisions and grand adventures. It exists in how you show up for yourself this morning, how you treat the person in front of you, how you engage with your daily tasks. Presence isn't about giving up on your dreams. It's about recognizing that the journey is the destination. And if you're always focused on the next thing, you miss the actual living of your life. The teaching of patience and divine timing. This is perhaps the hardest teaching for Sagittarius energy, that some things cannot be rushed. Seeds don't become flowers overnight. Healing isn't linear. Clarity sometimes emerges slowly in layers in its own time. Fighting against this truth only creates more suffering. But accepting it, learning to trust that things are unfolding exactly as they need to, even when you can't see the full picture, that brings peace. Not the peace of having all the answers, the peace of trusting the process even without answers. So, where does this leave you, practically speaking? If you're in this foggy space, what can you actually do? I'm going to offer you some gentle guidance, not as rules, not as guaranteed solutions, but as possible pathways through the uncertainty. Take what resonates and leave the rest. First and most importantly, stop fighting the uncertainty. I know every fiber of your being wants to figure this out, but the resistance to not knowing creates more suffering than the not knowing itself. What if just for today you said, I don't know what to do next, and that's okay. I don't have to know right now. I can be in this question without needing an immediate answer. Feel the relief in that. Feel how much energy you're using to fight reality. What if you redirected that energy towards simply being present with what is? I mentioned earlier that external noise might be drowning out your inner voice. If that's true, then the antidote is obvious. You need to create space for silence. This doesn't necessarily mean formal meditation, though that can help. It means taking walks without your phone, sitting with a journal, and letting whatever wants to emerge on the page appear, without censoring it, spending time in nature, creating boundaries with social media and news, asking yourself questions, and actually waiting for the answers to arise from within. Your intuition is still there. Your inner knowing hasn't abandoned you, but you have to create the conditions for it to speak, and it can't compete with constant external stimulation. When big decisions feel impossible, focus on small ones. You don't have to choose your entire future right now. You just have to choose the next right step. What's one small action you could take that feels aligned, even if you can't see the whole path? What's something you could try that isn't permanent, that you could adjust if it doesn't feel right? Sometimes we wait for a perfect clarity about the big picture, when all we really need is enough light to see the next step in front of us. Trust that if you take one aligned step, the next one will be revealed. You don't need the whole staircase to be lit. You just need to see the next stair. Pay attention to how different possibilities make you feel in your body. When you think about option A, what happens? Does your chest open? Does your breathing become easier? Do you feel lighter, even if you're also nervous? When you think about option B, what happens? Does your stomach tighten? Do your shoulders hunch? Does something in you shut down or feel heavy? Your body often knows before your mind does. The challenge is learning to trust those subtle signals rather than overriding them with logic and shoulds. Expansion doesn't always mean easy or comfortable. Sometimes the right path is challenging. But there's a qualitative difference between the discomfort growth and the discomfort of forcing yourself in a direction that isn't yours. Learn to feel that difference. If you suspect that fear is masquerading as lack of clarity, it's time to have an honest conversation with yourself. What are you actually afraid of? Write it out. Say it out loud. Look at it directly. Are you afraid of making the wrong choice, disappointing someone, losing something or someone important, success and what it might demand from you, failure and what it might mean about you, change itself? Once you name the fear, it loses some of its power. And you can ask yourself, is this fear protecting me from real danger, or is it just trying to keep me comfortable? Sometimes our fears are valid signals. Sometimes they're just old programming that no longer serves us. The only way to know is to look at them clearly. There's a difference between asking others to tell you what to do and seeking wisdom from people you trust. If you're feeling lost, it can help to talk to someone, a friend, a therapist, a mentor, a spiritual guide. But go to them not for answers, but for perspective. Share what you're experiencing. Ask them what they notice. Invite them to reflect back what they hear you saying. Sometimes we can't see our own patterns and truths clearly, and a loving mirror can help. But at the end of the conversation, remember, they don't have your answers. Only you do. Their role is to help you access your own wisdom, not to replace it with theirs. I'm going to be honest. This is probably the hardest suggestion on this list for Sagittarius energy. But learning to be patient with yourself, with the process, with divine timing, this might be the exact spiritual lesson you need right now. Every time you notice yourself spiraling into, I should know by now, or I'm wasting time, or I need to figure this out immediately, pause, breathe, remind yourself, clarity comes in its own time. I am not behind. I am exactly where I need to be. It might feel like a lie at first. Keep saying it anyway. You're retraining your mind to trust rather than to panic. When we're anxious and uncertain, we often neglect the basics. But your body and mind need support, especially now. Are you getting enough sleep, moving your body in ways that feel good, eating foods that nourish you, spending time with people who fill your cup, engaging in activities that bring you joy, even small ones? These aren't luxuries. They're the foundation that allows you to access your clarity and intuition. You can't think your way into the right decision when you're depleted, exhausted, and running on fumes. Take care of yourself with the same tenderness you'd offer a dear friend going through a difficult time. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, trust that this fog is temporary. You won't feel this way forever. The path will become clear. Maybe not on your timeline, maybe not in the way you expect, but it will become clear. Until then, your job isn't to force it. Your job is to stay present, to keep your heart open, to take care of yourself, and to trust that you're being led even when you can't see where. Every person who has ever lived a meaningful life has walked through periods of uncertainty. This is part of the human experience. This is part of your experience right now, and you're strong enough to move through it. Before we close, I want to offer you a reframe that might shift everything. We tend to think about decisions as crossroads where we choose one path and close the door on all others. And the weight of that, the finality, the permanence, the fear of choosing wrong, can be paralyzing. But what if that's not actually how life works? What if instead of choosing the right path, you're simply choosing a path? What if every choice you make is just one step in an ongoing journey, and no single decision has the power to ruin your entire life or seal your fate? Think about it. How many times have you made a decision that felt enormous, only to realize later that it led you somewhere unexpected, somewhere you couldn't have planned for? How many times has what seemed like the wrong choice at the time turned out to carry unexpected gifts? Life is not a straight line from point A to point B. It's a spiral, a dance, a constantly evolving creation. You are not choosing your destiny with this decision. You're choosing the next chapter, and you'll write many more chapters after this one. This doesn't mean your choices don't matter. They absolutely do. Your decisions shape your experience, create your path, and have real consequences. But it does mean you can release some of the crushing pressure. It means you can make a choice based on your current knowing, understanding that you'll gather more information as you go, and you can always adjust. You can change your mind. You can change direction. You can choose differently later if what you choose now doesn't serve you. The only truly wrong choice is to stay frozen in indecision forever, waiting for a level of certainty that doesn't exist. My dear one, we've covered so much ground together. Let's take a moment to breathe and integrate. If you're in a season where clarity feels elusive, where decisions feel impossible, where your path feels foggy and uncertain, I want you to hear this. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are not behind. You are in the chrysalis. You are in the space between what was and what will be. You are in sacred uncertainty, whether it feels sacred right now or not. This is where transformation happens. Not in the moments of clarity and certainty, but in the moments when we have to choose anyway, when we have to trust anyway, when we have to keep walking, even though we can't see more than a few feet in front of us. That's not weakness. That's courage. That's faith. That's what it means to truly be alive. Your clarity will return. The fog will lift. The path will reveal itself. But until then, please be gentle with yourself. Please don't add suffering on top of uncertainty by judging yourself for not having answers. Instead, see if you can find a strange kind of peace in the not knowing. See if you can trust that you're being prepared for something, that you're learning something, that you're becoming someone who can hold more complexity, more mystery, more trust. The Sagittarius spirit within you is strong. It's resilient. It's seeking truth, meaning, and purpose. And that search doesn't end just because the path is unclear. Actually, the search becomes more authentic when we stop pretending we have all the answers. When we can say, I don't know, but I'm here. I'm present. I'm open. I'm willing. That's real seeking. That's real wisdom. So take your time. Be patient with yourself. Take care of your heart. Listen inward. Move when it feels right to move and rest when it feels right to rest. Trust that you're exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn. And know that you don't have to walk this path alone. Not really. There's something larger than yourself holding you, guiding you, loving you through every moment, even this one, especially this one. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for your courage in facing your uncertainty honestly. Thank you for your commitment to living authentically, even when it's hard. I believe in you. I believe in your journey. I believe that whatever is trying to emerge through this foggy season will be worth the wait. Until we meet again, take gentle care of your beautiful heart. You're going to be okay. More than okay. You're going to find your way.